Marvel fans, welcome to the basement. Have I got a fun video for you today? So, before we get into the main question and the main topic of this video, and that is, how long is RDJ sticking around as Doctor Doom? Is it just or is it just through Secret Wars, or is it beyond into the soft reboot? We first must dive back to last summer at San Diego Comic-Con, where we first found out that RDJ is going to be Doctor Doom. It was a Hall H presentation that was a bit lackluster. If we're being honest with ourselves, it was a bit lackluster until they marched all those Dooms out and then brought out a Doom and put him in the center. The homie whipped his mask off, and it was fucking Robert Downey Jr., baby, as Dr. Victor Von Doom. That obviously would cause, and did cause, a monstrous stir in the Marvel fandom. A lot of people were hyped. Some people were oddly against it. I don't understand why. It has been my personal opinion, at least, that you've got the best actor in the MCU. Sorry to everyone else. This is just the way it is. The directors, the Russo brothers, that have given us 4 of the best, if not the 4 best MCU movies to date in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which is my personal top MCU movie. That's just me. Captain America: Civil War, Avengers: Infinity War, and Avengers: Endgame. RDJ's in all those except Winter Soldier. Russo's directing. Marcus and McFeely writing all those, and we still have McFeely writing Doomsday and Secret Wars. And, of course, the GOAT producer, Kevin Feige. That has been, that group of individuals has been a recipe for success repeatedly. And we're getting it again. So, with that right there, I've never understood the backlash for RDJ as Doctor Doom. However, be that as it may, that is the case, at least through Secret Wars. So, once that announcement happened, of course, all the speculation and theorizing started. Ooh, is he going to be actual Doctor Doom? Is he going to be a Tony Stark variant? Was Tony Stark a Doctor Doom variant, and He Who Remains kept him from being Doom? We have no friggin' clue. We haven't gotten any plot leaks to this point, although it is going to be starting filming soon, so we should. But either way, we're getting Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom. Why or how he's Victor Von Doom, we will find out. But again, the question has been, well, first of all, why'd they hire RDJ? And I think I've explained that. And number 2, how long is he actually staying? Well, the last 3 weeks, we've been getting conflicting reports. I mean, people have been speculating on it, obviously, since last summer. But we've gotten conflicting reports from scoopers, okay? Now, My Time to Shine Hello, who is a very active scooper that we're all familiar with, came out a couple weeks ago and said, I hear Marvel wants RDJ to stick around as Doom after Secret Wars, with her little cry face. Now, obviously, that means she's probably not a fan of that. I don't care. She has all kinds of bad takes, in my personal opinion, so this would be just another one in a long line of them for me, personally. Now, today, Alex Perez from the Cosmic Circus dropped his first Discord Q&A of 2025, and he was asked about how long RDJ Doctor Doom is going to be sticking around. The question was as follows. Hey, Alex. Do you have reason to believe RDJ will only portray Doctor Doom in Doomsday/Secret Wars, or might the studio try to keep him around? Now, he's not just going to be in that. He's going to be in at least a post-credit of Fantastic Four, maybe a little more, but probably just a post-credit. And if they're smart, they're going to drop him in at least 1, maybe 2 other features that are coming out between Doomsday and Secret Wars. But the main crux of this is obviously, we're talking about past Secret Wars. Is RDJ going to stick around after the soft reboot? Alex says, as I understand it, it's a one and done with Doomsday and Secret Wars. And there's a reason he has that face. Now, we've got My Time saying Marvel wants him to stick around, or at least that she's heard that. And then we have Alex Perez saying, nah fam, he done after Secret Wars. Who do we believe? Well, if we're going on record, Alex is one of the top 2 scoopers in the game. It's him and Jeff Snyder. They're up here. And then there's a gap. And then there's everyone else like Shine and RPK and Cryptic HD and all those other guys. They're all tier 2 scoopers. There's Alex and Jeff at the peak. So, in terms just of overall record, I'm more inclined to believe Alex, that RDJ will not be hanging around after Secret Wars. Now, here's the crux of this. As good as Alex is, he's not perfect. No scooper is perfect, okay? Let's keep it real. While a couple of them are really, really, really accurate, especially compared to others, none of them are perfect. No one is 100% right 100% of the time. So, Alex could be wrong, and Shine could be right. Odds are it's the other way, again, just based on record, but it could be that way. Alex could be wrong. My time to shine could be correct. Now, in my own little nerdy heart of hearts, I want Shine to be correct. Again, RDJ, best actor in the MCU, playing one of the most iconic comic book characters in all of comics, not just Marvel. All of them, everywhere, in all of time. Dr. Doom, one of the most iconic characters. So, hell yeah, I want the best possible actor to be playing one of the dopest, most iconic characters ever created for comics. But there are reasons why he might not stay, or why Marvel is not interested in keeping him, or maybe then he's not even interested in staying past Secret Wars. Story-wise, there is the way Hickman ended Secret Wars. It was Reed Richards fought Doom and then got Doom to admit that Reed could have done it better. And then the Molecule Man took all the power from Doom, gave it to Reed and his son Franklin, who's a reality warper and an Omega level mutant, or at least he was at that point in time. I think he's been retconned a bit since then, but that's beside the point. Those two rebuilt the multiverse using the power given to them by the Molecule Man, which used to belong to the Beyonders. Okay? And then, as part of the remaking of the multiverse, Reed went ahead and fixed Doom's face, and that led Doom, after Secret Wars was over, to attempt to go on a redemption arc and become a version of Iron Man. Okay? That's how that ended. Now, if they adapt that, if Marvel adapts that ending to their cinematic version of Secret Wars, you could take that literally as evidence both ways, right? In favor of RDJ sticking around, the main crux of that, outside of getting his face fixed, is Victor Von Doom goes on a redemption arc and becomes a version of Iron Man himself. Okay? That's in favor of keeping RDJ around as Dr. Doom. But the same storyline can be in favor of someone else becoming Doom after Secret Wars. Because, again, Reed Richards fixes Doom's face. Marvel MCU could easily adapt that to Reed Richards changes his face. And therefore, they would recast Doom and, he'd go on from there. If they stick faithfully with the comics, he would become the next Iron Man, at least for a while. Okay? So, when it comes down to it, there's speculative slash theory slash circumstantial evidence to support both conclusions. Yeah, he's staying. No, he's not freaking staying. So, again, it's still not definitive at this point. And then there's the other part of his answer, which says, and there's a reason he has that face. Now, again, theories started popping off after that announcement, of course. Two of the biggest are that RDJ's Doom is going to be a Tony Stark variant, or it's that Tony Stark in the 616 that, died at the end of Endgame was actually technically a Doom variant that He Who Remains didn't allow to become Doom to keep Doom from screwing with his sacred timeline. That, for me, is the theory I lean towards, too. That makes more sense. But either way, Victor Von Doom is going to have Tony Stark's face. And the reason behind that, to me at least, is pretty simple. The Russos and McFeely plan on screwing with everybody's emotions. Because they're going to be like, look at this evil motherfucker trying to do all this shit, and then... Why is Tony Stark acting like that? Wait, Tony's dead. Where did this dude come from? Why does he look like Tony Stark? Why is he up to all this evil shit? Why is he out here destroying universes? Blah, 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 blah. Questions upon questions. Not to mention all the emotional damage for everyone that knew him. Especially Peter Parker. His mentor. He'll be battling Doom at some point in Doomsday, I would imagine. And at some point, he's going to see Doom's face and go, ugh. And, like, serious emotional damage. Serious emotional damage. And, of course, I imagine they're going to, they're going to continue that on to other Avengers and whatnot. But the reason he meant that Alex Perez mentions is quite simply, the Russos and McFeely are going to be fucking with the emotions of everybody by giving Victor Von Doom the face of Tony Stark. So that's the reason he has that face. I can't think of another one. So I'm pretty sure that's the case. Now, whether it's because he is Victor Von Doom, a Tony Stark variant, or that Tony Stark, 616 Tony Stark, well, more specifically, Sacred Timeline Tony Stark, was actually a Von Doom variant that Kang, or He Who Remains in this specific case, prevented from becoming Von Doom, and instead managed to get him into the Stark family, probably by adoption. But basically, either way, he's got the face of Tony Stark. That's what people are going to recognize, and that's going to fuck some people up big time. So that's the reason he has that face. Now we go back to the original question. How long is RDJ sticking around? And the answer is, we don't have a definitive answer. But if we're playing the odds, or at least what I think are the odds, I'm going to have to say, unfortunately, no. Because Alex is way more accurate than Shine. So, that is what I think. What do you think out there, Marvel fans? Let me know down in the comments below. How long do you think he's staying? What do you think of the theories not my theories, let's be clear, not my theories, but the theories I've heard about that I went ahead and dropped in this video for you. Let me know all your thoughts on this subject, or frankly any other. I don't really care. I just love interacting with people. So, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That way you know anytime I drop a video like this, or when I go live, which is most of the content on this channel. I just love live streaming so much. So I live stream every Wednesday and Saturday night. Those are my two regular shows at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, due to all the content that is coming out this year, 6 Marvel Disney Plus shows, we got Invincible starting this week, I'm going to be mixing in some watch parties too. So for now, since Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is dropping on Wednesdays, I'm doing a combo Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man watch party / nerdy news stream for the next 3 Wednesdays until Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is over. And we'll be going at 8:30 for those next 3 Wednesdays. Thursday is when Invincible drops at 3 a.m. Why do these streaming companies do this stupid-ass midnight Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern drop time? It makes no sense. If you want appointment television, put it in prime time. But that's a whole nother diatribe. But that is dropping this Thursday. So every Thursday for the next 5 or 6 weeks, we'll be doing watch parties for Invincible. Again, at 8:30, maybe 9 after this week. But definitely 8:30 this week because they're dropping 3 frickin' episodes right from jump for Invincible. So we're talking like 2+ hours of content we're going to be watching. So I'm starting that one a little bit early. And then, of course, like I said, the usual 9 p.m. Eastern Time stream on Saturday. So please hit the like. Please leave some comments. Please subscribe. And remember, wherever you're at and whoever you're with, always keep it nerdy. Have a good one, y'all.